1. The House of Illusions. In a small town on the edge of a dense forest, there was an old house known to everyone as cursed. Paranormal enthusiasts always talked about strange sounds heard at night and ghosts seen behind the windows. A group of friends decided to challenge and enter the house, but once inside, the sounds intensified, and things turned worse when the ghosts started mimicking their personal lives, revealing secrets they had never told anyone. Gradually, they discovered that the house was not only haunted but also a living entity. 2. The Cursed Mirror. Their grandmother left them an unusual inheritance, an ancient mirror dating back to the medieval era. The Hrafi family thought it was just an antique piece until the incident started. Family members began seeing strange faces in their reflections, and whispers could be heard from the mirror at night. The father discovered one day that the mirror had been used in dark rituals to summon spirits and that anyone who used it would gradually lose their soul, becoming trapped inside the mirror forever. 3. The Black Forest. 5 friends decided to go on a trip to a forest famous for its eerie legends. No one believed the stories until night fell. Strange sounds, shadows moving between the trees, and a mysterious creature stalked them without being clearly seen. Things spiraled out of control when they lost their way out and discovered that the forest had its own rules and wouldn't allow anyone to leave without a sacrifice. 4. The Underground City. In an isolated village, an archaeologist discovered a gap leading to an ancient city beneath the earth. But this city wasn't entirely abandoned, it was inhabited by human-like creatures deformed by mysterious forces. The deeper he went into the city, the more he realized that its inhabitants were victims of a failed experiment to make them immortal. None of them succeeded fully, and now they were stuck between life and death, seeking new souls to join them. 5. The Returning Spirit. In an old mansion abandoned for years, the spirit of a woman who was unjustly killed by her family still lingered. A new family moved into the mansion, but the angry spirit began haunting them, seeking justice. The spirit interacted with the young girl in the family, using her as a medium to communicate its horrifying message. Things spiraled out of control when the family realized that the only solution was to learn the spirit story and try to bring it peace. 6. The Cursed Letter. When Saeed found an old letter in his father's office, he thought it was just an ancient piece of paper. But the letter carried a curse, and whoever read it became haunted by mysterious events. His life slowly turned into a nightmare, with visions of his past and future. The letter was part of an ancient ritual to summon a demon, and the only way to stop it was to solve the riddle within the letter before it was too late. 7. The Eternal Curse. In a remote village, a family lived peacefully until the youngest son discovered an ancient book that spoke of a curse cast on their home centuries ago. The family began to notice strange incidents, voices at night, objects moving on their own, and visions of their recent past. The deeper they dug into the book's secrets, the more they realized they were in a race against time to break the curse before it destroyed their lives completely. 8. The Strange Guests. On a cold winter night, 4 strangers knocked on the door of a family living in a remote mountainous area. Though the family welcomed them, things quickly took a dark turn. The night was far from ordinary, and the more the strangers spoke, the stranger things became. After midnight, nightmares began creeping into the family's minds, and they discovered that their guests weren't human but entities feeding on fear. The more frightened they became, the closer they got to their end. 9. The Eternal Darkness. After a horrific car accident, Nader found himself in a village that didn't appear on any map. The villagers behaved strangely, and the sun never rose there. When night fell, a mysterious creature appeared, hunting anyone who stayed outside their homes. Nader tried to escape the village but discovered that it was stuck in a different timeline and that he might be the only one capable of ending this ongoing nightmare. 10. The Last Scream. Every night at exactly 3 a.m., Hassan heard a loud scream coming from outside his house. At first, he thought it was just a noise from the street, but as the days passed, the scream repeated itself, getting closer and closer. His neighbors began to disappear one by one. Each night, the terror grew, until Hassan discovered that the scream wasn't from this world but was a harbinger of a ghost returning to avenge those who wronged it before its death.